That man started screaming at me, just from mowing a lawn. And 20 minutes later, he was in handcuffs. It started that morning when a woman in her 70s called me. Her husband had passed away the year before, and the yard had slowly gotten out of control. The grass was almost knee-high, and she was worried the HOA would start sending fines. So I told her I'd come help, for free. When I arrived, she stood quietly on the porch, watching as I started mowing. You could tell she was relieved just seeing the yard slowly coming back to life. But about 10 minutes later, the neighbor next door stormed out of his house. He was already yelling before he even reached the yard. "What do you think you're doing?" I shut the mower off and explained that the homeowner had asked me to help. That only made him angrier. He started shouting that the noise was disturbing him, that I didn't belong there, and that I was trespassing. The woman tried to calm him down. She told him she had asked me to come, but he completely lost his temper. He started kicking the grass clippings, and then slammed his hand against my truck. That's when neighbors started coming outside to see what was happening. So I pulled out my phone and started recording. And the moment he saw the camera, he snapped. He started screaming even louder, and even tried to shove my mower over. That's when I called the police. 5 minutes later, 2 cruisers pulled onto the street. The officer stepped out and asked what was going on. But instead of calming down, the neighbor started yelling at them too. And when he shoved one of the officers while arguing, that was it. "Turn around," the officer said. "Hands behind your back." Within seconds, the man who had been screaming at everyone was standing in the middle of the street, in handcuffs. One officer walked over to me. "You were just mowing?" I nodded. For her. He looked at the freshly cut lawn, then at the elderly woman standing on her porch. Then he smiled while he said, "Looks like you were the only one helping this neighborhood today." So I turned the mower back on and finished the job, while the angriest neighbor on the block was being driven away in a police car.